Gex is the best platformer of all time. This is a disputed claim. Get more information here.
It's just a link to download Gex.
Oh dear. Anybody else get PTSD after I just said that?
Who would have gotten PTSD, my friend?
Anybody who didn't get a PS5 from Walmart.
Oh God, dude, fucking true. I'm sorry, everyone.
It was messed up. Did you see those memes at all?
I did, yeah. Unfortunately enough,
The deer.
Oh dear. It looks like you
dear.
won't be getting this PlayStation, sir.
You'll love our holiday savings, though. God, each click of the refresh button, I just felt like I was shoving someone else digitally into the ground on like Black Friday. That's what it felt like.
It definitely conjures up an image of like a human mound just trying to like retch their way to the top, which it doesn't feel good, but you know.
We definitely weren't a dog pile digital. It was a digital dog pile.
Yeah.
And each time I pressed the refresh button, I was just elbowing someone in the face. That's pretty much what it felt like.
So I'm assuming you didn't get one of these new boxes.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I had it in my cart.
Yep.
All my information in. Clicked purchase, essentially.
Yep.
Place order.
Yep.
And then it's like,
sorry.
We out of stock, baby. Try again next time, you dummy. What are you trying to do? Buy something we don't have, you dummy?
Why would you do that? Why
That's
would you
what
put
Walmart
something
told
like
me.
this into your cart, you fool?
It was a very unoptimistic moment.
Yeah, fair. Walmart was being particularly unpoptimistic. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, they were being big meanies.
Big nasty boys.
Big.
I panic bought both systems at like 3 a.m. I
You
set
just
up.
in bed, just like, I gotta get these systems, baby.
Something like turned in me a week ago, and I was like, I'm not gonna have these fresh boxes. And so I was like, I need to figure out a way to do this. So, like I'm sure a lot of the internet, I turned notifications on for Wario64, the Twitter hero that we all deserve.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I don't know how he gets notifications about like what is in or out of stock, but he does, and then tweets it immediately. And so I just got buzzed every time he tweeted anything. And so I was getting a lot of stock of things I wasn't necessarily interested in, but found a couple at 3 a.m. He's like, hey, this sketchy website's selling a bundle of PlayStation 5s. Do you want one?
What is this website you bought it from?
I purchased it from a little website called Ant Online. I've literally never heard of this place before.
And A-N-T, like the bug?
Yep, Ant Online.
How do they get PS5s?
I don't know. I'm assuming like highway robbery or something. They're just marauders out there on Highway 5 trying to grab some of these things and take their stock.
Out on the high seas of the Pacific Ocean, they boarded a Sony ship.
They'd be sailing the high seas, trolling for Sony loot.
That might be the life for me right now. I might have to go on the high seas.
It's looking like a pirate's life for me, dude.
I mean, I'm right next to the Pacific. I could do it.
Anyway, so I ordered a bundle that I probably didn't need, but it was the only one I could get my hands on. So
A bundle? What's in the bundle?
it's like a controller, which I'm not too torn up about.
Yeah.
There was a controller charging station,
Okay,
which
sure.
I've also been totally fucked before, like rolling up home, like I'm gonna go play some PlayStation, and then I come home and my foolish self has not put the charger on the PlayStation. I have to sit like 2 feet in front of it, trying to play my Vimeo games, and so the charging station is probably a good idea for me.
I imagine you screaming like Darth Vader at the end of episode 3.
Yeah, I just want to be a dad to Atreus.
Atreus. Did you almost say R2-D2?
I went through so many things. I hope the audio caught just my brain short-circuiting in there.
Or Atreus.
So yeah, I got that one. Also managed to snack. Oh, by the way, got the discless version, and I'm having a lot of second thoughts.
Really?
Yeah. I'm scared. I'm scared of this world, David, this discless world.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to own any of your games, which is the weird part.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great. But again, like I've said before, I haven't bought a physical PlayStation game in like years. So
It's true. It's true.
I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
We'll see.
Supposedly it's coming tomorrow.
Ooh, whoa. Okay, cool.
It was in Illinois this morning, so I'm kind of...
That's far.
It's far away, and it's coming by
Seattle.
truck or train, so I don't suspect it's getting here particularly fast.
Maybe like 9 p.m.
I mean, they do say by 9 p.m., so maybe, we'll get lucky, and tomorrow we'll be in Salt Lake or something. And also I bought an Xbox, but that's a far less entertaining story. I just got one from Microsoft. Old Bob Video Games is going to be sending me a box soon.
Bob Video Games?
Mr. Microsoft.
You bought it directly from Microsoft.
From Bob. Oh, yeah, I did. Bobby Gates.
Bobby G money. I got you. Okay, that's cool. I've never bought it direct from the maker before. That's interesting.
Neither had I. This is a first for me.
Did they have a lot of stock? Was it hard to get one?
It was the same sort of situation where I just turned on notifications and got one. They're like, "Hey, it's up. It's up right now." And I also happened to have a Microsoft account and my card on file, so I was just go.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
It still says the sale is pending, despite having taken $500 out of my bank account, but we'll see.
Sketchy.
We will see.
Sketchy. That's how you become rich like Bobby G.
Yeah, you get the money up front, and then
I don't
get
know
the box.
I don't know if I'm going to sell it to you, but I'm going to take your money. That's for sure.
Okay, 7 minutes in. It is Video Game Podtimism, David. It's the Optimists video game variety show where two best friends sort of talk about new consoles, I suppose. Yep. I am Chase, and I've bankrupted myself with the new consoles that I've purchased.
I'm David. I wanted to bankrupt myself with a new console, but I wasn't able to get one, so I just instead bought myself a fancy espresso machine.
That counts. I think that counts.
Yeah. It's about the same. A fancy espresso machine and a nice hand grinder was about the same price as a PlayStation 5. So it's just okay.
It's real life cooking mama, I think.
Real life cooking mama. You got it.
It's the augmented reality cooking mama experience. David, have you been playing video games?
I have been, despite the fact that I've been moving all week.
Oh,
I've still been managing to play some games.
Some getting your good time in.
Getting my good time in. Let's see. It's mostly Overwatch right now because it's just a good game to just pop in and play.
Sure.
Nice and easy peasy. Mm-hmm. Divinity Original Sin with Mal. Yep. So still going strong on that one.
Hell yeah. Number uno still.
Numero. Yes. Some Cuphead. It was the first time Cuphead yesterday that made me rage quit. I was just like, I'm not getting anywhere. Not getting anywhere.
What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
It was the bee. You remember this one? The bee?
No, I think you're much farther into this game than I ever got.
Did you never get this far?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, this bee sucks. It's just so much to visually track with the background.
Yeah, the background's pretty busy, huh?
The background is a busy bee. And I'm just so confused.
Yeah.
It's like trying to keep track of what's going to actually hurt me. So, yeah, I quit that one yesterday.
Can you give me a gauge on how much of a rage quit this was?
Probably a 5 out of 10 on the rage meter.
Okay. So no controllers were yeeted or anything?
No, it was more just I was sitting there and I just felt like I was getting nowhere, and Mallory was sitting there just looking at me slowly lose my shit, which just made me lose my shit more. Of course.
Somehow being observed does make it a lot worse. It
makes it so much worse. Why. And then every once in a while, she'll just see me lose, and she's like, "Are you doing okay?"
Genuine concern.
No, you don't need to ask me this question right now. And then it eventually just evolved into a fuck this shit. I don't want to play this shit anymore. Yeah. I think that's what I said.
Yeah.
It wasn't very optimistic of me, everybody. I apologize.
It was a low moment, but you're here now.
It was a low moment.
You learned.
I'm going to get back on that bee, and I'm going to beat it. I'm going to beat it.
Thank you. I will be sure to spell that out for all the listeners in the description that you're going to beat it.
Like a little busy boy bee. So, yeah, but it's fun in a punishing way still.
Yeah.
Definitely when you get the hang of certain components of each boss fight, you feel really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
And I'm maybe 50% there, where I've mastered a good half of it so far, but the other half I have just zero mastery over. It's just so crazy.
Sure.
But we're getting there. We'll get there.
Sweet.
I've dabbled with Shadow of War.
Okay. Hell yeah. I like this game.
Free on PS Plus.
Oh, nice.
As per my usual.
Was this Shadow of Mordor and then Shadow of War? Shadow of War is the
Shadow of
sequel?
War is the second one.
Nice.
I'm very confused.
Okay.
They really just jump you into the story.
The story, yeah, for sure.
And I'm just like, who is a Celebrimbro?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a really quick and confusing recap. It's like he made a ring of power, and then his bro got kidnapped by Shelob, and then
some sort of spider or something.
Yeah, it was the giant spider from the original movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she's a person in this one, and then she takes the ring of power that you then also made, and it's just it's a lot to unpack in like a 5-minute cutscene when you haven't played the first game.
I had to do some wiki diving for sure. Like after I got in there, I was like, I have no fucking clue. I played the first one. I just was like, I don't know, man.
Although I really appreciate that in this game, on the mini map or the map that you can pull up, mm-hmm. it will give you an option to explore the lore of certain places, which I love that. I love it. It's going to be me reading my TV a lot, which is not good on my eyes, but it's good for my soul.
I was about to say it's good for your heart, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been fun. It's been fun so far. I don't usually play those type of games anymore, those big open world, like Ubisoft type of open world games.
Yeah.
I find them just overwhelming and tiring at a certain point. But this one's been good so far, and it's Lord of the Rings, which is always fun.
I liked this game a lot. I remember playing, I think I played it like, was it 2017? I think near the end of 2017. And just like, it was another one of those, like, I do enjoy these Ubisoft games where I just couldn't really stop myself, especially when there are like tangible ways that you are beating the game. It's like, oh, we took over this castle. We have like territory that we're controlling and shit like that.
It's definitely a Chase Albee thing.
It sure is. Yeah.
Definitely a Chase Albee thing.
Oh man. So I definitely, I like this game a lot.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'm definitely going to keep on trucking through it and see how it goes. But it's good. It's good. I think that's everything I've been playing of note.
Sick.
What about you? What have you been playing?
Two things.
Okay.
One is Mobius Front 83.
Indie Game of the Week?
Indie Game of the Week. It is a like top-down sort of strategy game. Most people have compared it to Advanced Wars.
Oh, cool.
Which isn't like totally accurate. It is a little bit different, but like that style of gaming where you control like certain units and you have certain amount of resources with which to deploy them. And then you're essentially just like trying to take over certain parts of the map.
Okay.
It looks really great. I love the visual style, and like the story is sci-fi in ways that I was not expecting it to be.
Sure.
It like takes place in 1983, where America suddenly is invaded by a hostile force, and they don't know what it is, and all the other people on the other side are, what the fuck? Americans? They all speak English? What is this? But they're different. It's interesting.
The Tale of Two Americas.
Yeah, it gets a little heavy sci-fi in there, so that's fun.
Yeah, cool.
I don't know if I'm gonna play the whole thing. I think
long game.
Sort. No, I'm not even sure it's long. I don't know how long it is specifically, but I don't get the sense it's huge. More so just that like I can't play it for a ton of time at a time. I can't like sit down and be like, I'm gonna play 5 hours of this.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit tedious where you have to like wipe everybody off the map, and that can just take a while.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so that game, I think I like it, but if you're into Advanced Wars, it's worth a play. The other game I am playing, which I've been playing far more of, is the new Assassin's Creed, David. I'm your standard video game chud. Here I am. I like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and fucking Mario. Here I am.
Hey, those are games, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I have some sort of shame about enjoying these games, but I genuinely do.
Enjoying Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, it seems like such a bro-y game, and like just I don't know. When I think of Assassin's Creed, I think of the dudes who wear those like hoodies that look like the assassin, like Ezio's like cloak.
They wear that in real life, IRL.
Yeah, and I guess not to yuck their yum, but like it's sort of a rough look to me.
It's very close to a trench cloak.
Yeah, I'm getting I'm getting unoptimistic. This is not what I want to say. This is not the direction I'm trying to go.
What's going on here?
I like this game.
Yeah.
And gaming culture sometimes is a bummer. And I feel like when I like big, popular games that I'm somehow endorsing mainstream boo-boo gaming culture.
You're endorsing big video games right now?
I'm endorsing, big video games and like, I don't know, Reddit/gaming or something like that.
But you just told me about Mobius 63 whatever.
Yeah. David, there's a reason I put that one first. I had to guard everyone to make everybody realize that I'm still cool, right?
Chase only played one level of that game, actually.
I don't know how long it is because I've only played 15 minutes. However, I have played 10 hours of Assassin's Creed.
Exactly. Hey, man, Vikings are cool. Looks like a good game.
Vikings are cool. I really, really liked Odyssey. So I hadn't played Origins, the one that came before that, and then just jumped right into Odyssey and was pretty surprised at how much had changed from, I think the last one I had played was a little bit of Black Flag and really fell off that one.
Yeah.
And so the style of combat that they introduced, and I think it started in Origins, of like becoming a little bit heavier and a little bit more like dodge rolly based. It feels all kind of Dark Souls-y.
I was about to say more like Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think they nail that, but it comes close enough to the point where like combat's fun and satisfying when you go and fight people. I love the setting of Odyssey, and it got like absolutely bananas at the end of it, which I was into.
Okay.
So yeah, I was excited about this one, and I think it delivers on a couple of fronts. Also, I was waiting to play this until I got the PlayStation 5. But I saw that you get a free upgrade if you buy it on PlayStation 4. So I was like, let's get up in it. You can tell that this was made with the next generation in mind. It is a little bit janky.
On the PS4?
Yeah, a couple times like audio just sort of stops while people's mouths are still moving, and then they'll catch up and start talking over each other and shit like that.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's not great. And like, I'd say that's probably, not that much of the jankiness. A lot of the other times the jankiness is incredibly funny. Like there was this mission I was doing where I had to like shoot some kind of bracket with my arrow on this dude who was standing on a platform, and when the bracket would break, he would fall into the water below him. But like a Looney Tunes ass cartoon, I shot it. He stood there for a few seconds, like in the air, and then fell after he like sort of looked around or stopped whatever dialogue he was doing, which
holds up a handwritten sign that says help.
Oh no. Yeah, exactly. Which is sort of like immersion breaking, but also hilarious. And I don't know, I don't mind those sort of glitches that much.
Sometimes if it doesn't ruin the experience of the game, sometimes they're just fun and funny, right? Just to experience a silly diversion of a game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's definitely jankier, but they have upgraded a lot of stuff that I like enjoy quite a bit. The like Viking stuff is interesting enough. It takes place both in Norway and England. Like majority in England though.
Yeah.
The setting is sort of okay. Like Greece was really interesting as a setting, and I think having watched videos of Origins, so is Egypt, and England is sort of like, well, it's rolling hills, so like it's pretty, but not necessarily really, really cool.
Not as different as the other two.
Yeah, exactly. So it's sort of, not awe-inspiring all the time, but I don't really mind that much. You have this like base of operations that when you go and like raid other little monasteries, you can bring back resources to then upgrade your camp, which, oh baby,
that's your thing.
That's my shit there.
Give me that shot of dopamine, baby.
I need tangible and physical representations in the game of my progress and how good at blowing that fucking raid horn I am, dude.
Assassin's Creed will do it. They'll do it.
That'll do it, man. So that's incredibly satisfying. Let's see what else. Combat's still good. They introduced like a stamina kind of system, like in Sekiro, where if you break someone's stamina, it's pretty much like an instant kill. It's not necessarily as like parry based. Like you can parry and that's how you deplete someone's stamina. But I feel like in Sekiro that happens really quickly, whereas in this one you need like 2 or 3 parries for someone to be broken on their stamina.
It's not too much.
Yeah, no, it's not terrible. Let's see what the fuck else is there. There's so much I have to say about this game, and I'm not remembering a lot of it.
It's because you've shamed yourself into forgetting.
It's true, though. What else? The main character isn't quite as compelling as Cassandra was in Odyssey. They're just like kind of standard Norwegian Viking person.
Yeah.
I chose to play as the lady because, again, I liked Cassandra as the main character of the other one. And I think that was canon. Like, I'm pretty sure her story was the canon version of that game.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to continue through with that. But she's,
Cool.
she's fine. Let's see. Oh, I think you're probably not supposed to look at this too hard, but I do feel kind of bad as a Viking, just like rolling up on some person's monastery and looting all of their shit. Like, they definitely make it out to be like, well, these people you're just fighting the guards. You're not killing any of the monks or anything, but still, like, we're like pillaging someone's.
You're killing them spiritually.
Yeah, like we're ruining some culture up in here, so it doesn't necessarily feel great.
Some real Viking shit.
It is true to form, like that is a thing that happened, but I think in Odyssey there was a little bit of individualism that Cassandra had. She wasn't really like a Roman legionary or anything like that, or legionnaire rather. And so she could kind of just like look after herself, but the character in this one is much more invested in like the Viking cause, which is cool in the sense that you get to like build up your base and your people and like, arm your friendlies a little bit more. And it's sort of the whole story so far has been about like sort of building a new home for your folks, because I won't get into it, spoilers, but I like that part of it. But it also comes with the sort of moral ambiguity of let's blow our raid horn and go kill some monks, or at least the guards that are defending them.
Here I go raiding again.
Dude, the horn in this game, by the way.
Yeah.
Powerful horn.
Good horn?
Good horn. They really like swing the camera around on you when you blow that fucking horn, and me oh my, really gets you going.
Oh me oh my.
I don't know why it's also loud as fuck. Like whenever I do it, my dogs freak out. Like Koopa's in the other room, like, what the fuck was that?
Did anybody else hear that? There's a raid coming.
There's a Viking horde approaching our shores.
Hide your monasteries. Your religious artifacts. Damn.
So yeah, I will probably have more thoughts on this, but so far I am enjoying this game.
Cool.
This will bring me to my Podtimistic thing of the week.
Oh, okay.
So I have been digging deeper into the back catalog of Into the Aether, the podcast. Another, I would say, Podtimistic gaming podcast.
There you go.
Describe themselves as low key, so I think that's sort of getting at the.
That's similar.
It's similar.
Yeah.
Anyway, they have a Discord that I joined recently. Good people in there. I was pleasantly surprised. Usually the internet is a wretched hive of scum and villainy, and so I was happy to see that there's some pretty regular and cool folk in there. So my Podtimistic thing this week is just this group of folks that I've stumbled onto by listening to another optimistic podcast. Shouts out Into the Aether's community. It's fucking cool.
There you go. Very nice. Just chilling.
So yeah, not too much to say that other than shouts out. Do you have something that is fueling your sense of podtimism this week, David?
Yeah, I do.
Tell me.
And even though it ended in sadness,
sure,
trying to get a PlayStation 5 made me feel like a child again.
Yeah, there's a certain despair that you don't feel all the time.
Yeah.
Specifically around consoles, I should say.
And it's just waiting until it went on sale, like sitting by my computer, waiting to refresh all the pages I had pulled up, see if anything had changed, if anything was clickable, any buttons.
Yep.
It was an anticipation I hadn't felt in a long time.
It was the internet representation of sitting outside of Best Buy.
Pretty much.
Except there is a army of people also sitting outside of the Best Buy.
Many more people than probably would be sitting outside the Best Buy. Literally anybody. They're like, I don't have to sit outside of Best Buy this year to do this. I'm getting on here. Also, I can just set up some bots to get as many PS5s as I want and then sell them for like $1,000. I'm gonna get on that.
Such a bummer.
Such a bummer.
Such a bummer.
The award for most unpoptimistic thing of the year goes to all of those bros who did that. All of them. Y'all share it.
We will certainly do a least podtimistic thing countdown later in the year. Mm-hmm. Along with okayest games, which will make its glorious return.
Okayest? Oh, we have already done that one, haven't we?
We have. I think that was our first episode this year.
Man, this year has been a weird time warp year. It doesn't feel like any time has passed at all.
It's like folding in on itself. Like 4,000 years ago was January, but also March was like a day or two ago, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was talking to Mallory the other day, and she was talking to me about 4th of July, and I was like,
Did we have that?
What did we do for 4th of July? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, I had zero memory of what I had done for the 4th of July, which was literally like 5 months ago.
Oh, Lord.
I couldn't remember.
I definitely do not remember what we did. I mean, probably nothing, but like, goddamn.
If she hadn't reminded me, if someone had come up to me and be like, you remember what you did for 4th of July or I'll kill you right here, I would have died.
Call an ambulance.
I would have died. That would have been it. So it's just a weird year.
Weird year, but a little bit better now. Just a little.
Oh, yeah, I'm still cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, it maybe y'all had noticed a little bit of manic energy in the last pod that we put out. We'd recorded that the week of election 2020, which
definitely some manic energy.
Which the results of were, might be bad, might be world-ending. So
hey, we got through it. We're still in it, according to some people.
The Moderna vaccine is 95% effective, and the Pfizer vaccine is apparently 90% effective. We'll see if those bear out, but still a vaccine. What's up?
That's tight. That's real tight.
We'll finally be able to do our live podcasts.
Ooh, and we'll be able to spit in each other's faces with our optimistic takes.
That's paid content. You're gonna have to subscribe to our Only Pods for that one.
Only Pods.
Yeah, it's a different thing. That's a different thing.
So do we do the podcast but like naked?
That is the entry level. Yes.
That's the entry level.
Yeah, that's for beginners.
Okay.
The intermediate, we like turn the lights down a little bit, so like you can certainly see that there is nudity, but it's very tasteful and very sexy.
It's like an art house film.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's tasteful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the advanced is I don't know, like feet, like just pictures of our feet, I guess.
I got some big ones.
Yeah, you got some honkers. Those are some big boys.
I got some honkies.
It's only $9.99 a month if you want a couple of pics.
Hey, that's a good deal. It's a good deal. It's a good deal, baby.
The economics of it really makes sense. We should move on to our main thing.
That's only $1 per inch of my foot.
Some big feet, man.
I got some honkers. I told you.
Let's move on to our main thing.
As Chase and I hawk our OnlyPod account.
Yeah, we'll put the subscription details later in the episode.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
For all the real fans.
OnlyPods.
David, it's Good Games.
Oh, we're back.
We're back.
Okay.
It's been a little while. Need the comfort of our good friend Good Games, the segment where we talk about all the games of yesteryear, remember all the things that we love about them, and then reimagine what they might look like today.
Tight.
And so we are going to talk about a game about Vikings.
Ooh.
Where you control allies.
Okay.
And you have a home base, and it came out after a game about Roman stuff like this.
Did it really?
It did.
Oh.
But we're not talking about Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
Assassin's Creed is late to the fucking game compared to Viking Battle for Asgard.
Ooh, that's a better name.
It is. It rolls right off the tongue.
Battle for Asgard.
Yeah.
Anytime I get to say Asgard, I'm pretty happy, actually.
It's kind of a tantalizing little mouthworm.
Mouthworm?
Yeah.
Like an earworm, but for your mouth?
Yeah, it gets stuck in there, kind of rolls around.
I don't think it works quite as well as earworm. Something about mouthworm just makes me want to die a little bit. When you say mouthworm.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe.
No,
I feel like
it definitely doesn't communicate any level of safety.
Like if I was a child and someone said mouthworm around me, I would have to have my parents tuck me in extra hard at night and reassure me that mouthworms don't exist and can't hurt me.
I think they do. Say Asgard again. Say mouthworm again.
Asgard.
Yeah, sorry, that's the mouthworm.
That's the mouthworm got me.
It'll get you.
In case anybody was wondering what that was.
Let's explain this joke.
It's my great voice acting.
Your Foley work is really admirable.
Thank you.
We are going to talk about Viking Battle for Asgard. So let me first, before we get into this too much, it's time for Hot Stats.
Hot Stats. Hot Stats.
I should use that one instead. This game came out March 25th of 2008.
Oh, okay, 2008.
Yeah, a little bit more recent than I was expecting. I don't know why I clocked this as like a 2006 game, but
Sure.
2008 was when it came out.
All right.
It was developed by Creative Assembly.
Uh-huh.
You will most notably know these folks for their work on the Total War games.
Oh.
They built most of those games. Every one of the ones that I've played. Good games. Yeah, actually, I like a lot of those. Shouts out Total War Shogun 2. I think that was my fave.
You do love Japan.
Yeah, I do like games set there. So that was a real slapper. Had territory involved too. Love that.
That's a double slapper for you.
That's a double slap.
Japan territory? Woo.
Now you got a stew going, baby.
Now you got a stew going.
They've been around for a little while, Creative Assembly. They were making DOS games back in 1989, so they've been building video games for a second.
Damn.
But yeah, like I said, they mostly did the Total War games, but they diverged from that every now and then to make these like third-person action games. So they did one before this called Spartan Total Warrior.
Oh,
It was a great play on Total War.
yeah, total warrior.
And then they did this one, Viking, Battle for Asgard. I'm assuming they were trying to build this into like a series over the time because they had Spartan, then Viking.
So if it's Spartan Total Warrior, is it Viking Battle for Asgard?
Battle for Asgard. Yeah, everybody knows that Vikings were mostly trying to guard people, the marauders, from their butts.
Viking 1, Battle for Ass.
It's a dangerous life out there, man. The Norwegians are known for their dump truck butts. So
Dump truck butts.
yeah,
DTBs?
they're all known for their DTBs, and so the battle over them was particularly ferocious.
This has nothing to do with the game.
This is
silly.
nothing. That is correct.
Where are we even in this podcast?
Let's see. Okay, so I have a review not from Joe Video.
Ooh.
I had to get the help of a Norwegian review site.
Did they not review this game, or did you have to do Norwegian for a Norwegian game?
Well, some would say it was the first one, but I say it's the second.
Cool.
Let me see if I can get my volume up loud enough to...
Do you need a lot of volume?
I need you to hear the pronunciation of this review site.
Okay.
Norrköpings Tidningar. Norrköpings Tidningar.
Norrköpings via?
It is not spelled anything like how it sounds to my English reading eyes.
That's so much word. That's so much. So many syllables for a video game website.
There's one of those O's with two eyes over it, the shocked face.
Oh, those are so scary. I don't know what those mean.
They're a little frightening.
Yeah.
Anyway, they reviewed this game, and I have mangled it through Google Translate quite a few times to spit something out worthy of a review. So I will read what they may have said after it's been destroyed.
Great. Let's hear it.
They said, maybe, the problem, or more precisely the weakness, the war. Because although war is amazing and fascinating, it can be done. And because war is a key factor, it reduces people's appreciation. On the other hand, please always play with Vikings. 60 out of 100.
It was starting to say something in the beginning.
It was working towards something.
It was working towards
trying
something.
to build somewhere. Never really quite made
And
it
then
there.
just took a swift turn at the end there.
Didn't really come to any thought at the end of that one.
Always, please play with Vikings. Is that what it said?
Please. Yeah.
Please.
On the other hand, as if they had already made their original point, please always play with Vikings.
Well, yeah, you get what I'm saying over here. So keep playing with the Vikings. That's good.
So let's see. So mechanics-wise, this game is kind of your standard third-person action. Again, watching it, I was looking at some clips of this boy today. It looks a lot like Total War. It looks a lot like Assassin's Creed, like just the way that it's playing.
Yeah.
As far as mechanics go, too, like you have to go free enough dudes to fight demons so that you can, take over certain territories and certain like parts of this island that they expose to you. So it's very, very similar to these other games I've already talked about.
Sounds about right for the time period.
Yeah, this was a bargain bin purchase for me.
You bought this.
I bought this video game.
Dang.
This was it's summer and I'm 20 something early, and me and our friend Drew and our friend Hale and possibly our friend Garen. I'm not clear if he was there or not. Garen
Bro Squad.
Bro Squad. We rolled over to GameStop with about 15 cents, and we're like, what can we buy with this? And the GameStop employee pointed us to both Viking and Sneak King. So we got both of those.
What a momentous occasion.
It was a big day.
Dang.
So we got this one. Sneak King turned out to be, the best game of all time. And this one turned out to be pretty good as well. So, yeah, you told me that you have not indulged in Viking Battle for Asgard and that we are going to make a grilled chase sandwich.
Grilled chase sando. Yep. Yeah, I've never played this one.
It's the segment within a segment. That's a ripoff of My Brother and Brother Me. It is the part of this segment where David grills me on a video game, I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I do. I ask you questions because I have no idea what's going on in this game.
Perfect. I am also a little in the dark because it was a while ago, but
okay.
What questions you got for me there? What you got?
Do you get to go to Asgard?
I don't think you do. It's okay. Hold on. Territory question. Where's Asgard? Is that the heavens?
It's like the realm of the gods. It's like their Olympus, essentially.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think you do. You're like So Hel and Freya are like pissed at each other.
Uh-huh.
And Hel, a lady scantily clad because I guess it's 2008 and it's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Like dude, fucking video games. They're like, hey, we can't animate their mouths to move while they're talking, so they're just sort of standing there like dolls. But we did
the boob physics.
Didn't have the boob physics, but did put enough time in to have like a tasteful amount of butt whenever you're like seeing Hel.
So their mouths don't move.
Their mouths do not move.
But the parts that they think that all the teenage boys care
the core
about.
gamers, yeah.
1,000 pixels per butt cheek. I don't even know if that's a lot of pixels, but it sounds like a lot.
That is how many pixels I have on my butt. So I would hope that that's a regular amount.
Okay. Well, cool. So no Asgard.
No, I don't think you do. Essentially, I think the battle for Asgard means that they are currently in Midgar, and Hel's like sending a bunch of like demons and risen Viking warriors to go fight you.
Okay.
And you're some big boy who's going to stop them. I don't remember anything about the main character.
That's what the gods say about you. Oh, look at that big boy over there. He's going to try and stop us.
Look at that fucking unit over there. That boy is big.
That's a big boy.
I think he could swing an axe real good.
He's gonna battle for Asgard for sure. He is a Viking. He's gonna battle for us.
He's got that DTP. He's got that DTP on him. That's a big boy. He's been fighting for Asgard his whole life.
That's actually how Odin came down and like got him to battle for him. He's like, "Hey, big boy.
Hey,
big boy.
What up, dude?
Bring that DTB over here.
You looking thick. You want to fight for the legions of heaven?"
Yeah.
What about this game? The story's like almost like a caricature of a video game story where it's like there are so clearly bad guys and good guys and you're just like wrecking the bad guys, and that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. Like, I think if this game came out today, they'd be like, what is happening in this video game? It feels very, very dated.
Yeah.
From the story perspective. So, I certainly don't need everything to be Last of Us 2 making me think about how bad violence is, but like,
sure.
It's mostly just, you're a big boy, go kill them boys.
Look how big you are. Go kill some people.
I don't remember the name of this main character, but I think we could probably come up with a name for him.
What's the stereotypical Norwegian name? Sven?
Sven.
Big Sven?
Big boy Sven.
Big boy Sven.
Thickus? Thickius? No, that's really bad. That one feels bad. Strongor.
My God, that sounds like an NPC in a game. They'll like talk to you like Strongor's a quest giver. Who do you have to talk to get into the Fighters Guild? You have to go talk to Strongor over there.
He's either the leader of the Fighters Guild or the blacksmith in town. He sounds like Woolworth Warbear is who he sounds like, which is a real name of a real person in Skyrim.
He sounds like if Trogdor took human form.
Yeah,
is what
Strongor.
I think Strongor would be. Like if Trogdor took over Strong Bad, he'd be Strongor. Man, that's an old memory I just brought up out of nowhere.
I was also thinking about Homestar Runner today.
Really?
Yeah.
It was good times. Simpler times on the internet, that's for sure.
Let's see. So I've pulled up the stereotypical or the most common Viking male names or female names. So let's see if we can see a good one. Randy. That's a...
Randy?
Randy. It's spelled with an I, so it's a little bit Norwegian.
Oh, so Randy.
Mm-hmm. Bjorn.
Brojorn?
Brojorn. Rolls right off the tongue.
Jesus.
Thick. I think it's Thickius. I'm pretty sure is what we're going to have to go with. Gudrun. Gunhild.
Gunhild.
Grow is a name in this list. Gro.
I think that's it.
That's it. We can just take that one.
The Grow Bro?
The Grow Bro. Okay, perfect. So I'm glad we've settled that. I didn't want to look up his real name, but now that we've got a good one. Thickius Grow.
Thickius Grow Bro.
Thickius Grow Strongman. Wait, what was it?
Strongcore.
Strongcore. Perfect.
That sounds like a shout.
Yeah, no, you definitely learn those one by one in Skyrim. They come to you piece by piece.
Next word, grow. Last word, Strongcore.
Strongcore, yeah.
What does that shout do?
Gives you fucking sweet biceps. Man, your arms are looking thick. That's nice.
So each word you get just gives you another
muscle group. So Thickius is your hindquarters, obviously.
I think you said biceps in particular, or your arms in particular.
That's Strongcore. That's the final part of the shout.
Strongcore is the bis. Okay.
Yeah. Grow is like a solid core and back. What other questions do you have for me, David?
So my next question is, how was the combat? I know you kind of talked about it a little bit, but was it anything unique or interesting, or was it just pretty paint by numbers action game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably closer to that. You had some amount of abilities that were interesting. You had to get different abilities to attack different people. There were shield bearers and fucking spear dudes and stuff, and that was interesting enough. They did have a dodge roll, which of course, I love. It was okay, I think, for the time. It's sort of hard to contextualize just because games like this have come a long way. Mm-hmm. I do remember it being incredibly repetitive though, especially in the combat parts. It's a lot of just hitting attack and then every now and then you do a special thing. So I don't remember it being particularly great, but I don't know that a lot of third person fighters at the time were particularly oh my god, this is incredible.
Yeah, they were all pretty basic. Except God of War. God of War was kind of the change.
Yeah, sure. God of War was pretty good, but even by modern standards, right? That's pretty dated at this point. It seems like that genre's come quite a long ways with FromSoft just putting the whole industry on their fucking back.
They sure did. Miyazaki's just get in, motherfuckers, we're going.
We're making video games, losers.
We're making good games now, baby. So my next question is a 3-part question.
Oh, geez. Okay, let's go.
What was your favorite part of the game?
Okay.
Your least favorite part of the game? And how would you make the game better for a modern release?
Okay. To me, the best part of the game was definitely these huge fights that they had. Mm-hmm. You can definitely see the influence of the Total War games in there because they're look, there's 100 dudes right now fighting each other. And I think that was pretty cool, genuinely. I think for a little while there was something to be said for having a pretty sizable and significant fight going on screen. Mm-hmm. The performance, I remember not being particularly amazing when there was that many guys, but it was still admirable that they were tackling that. So it felt significant mechanically just because you had sort of been building to this point of I got to go free all these dudes. I got to go get a sick ass dragon. I got to upgrade my sword and shit. To get ready to take this castle.
There were dragons in this game?
There was dragons in this game.
How is this the first you've mentioned of this?
They are, by and large, an insignificant part of the game. It is cool when they show up, but you're not riding these things. They kind of come into Deus Ex Machina parts of the castle away. So
okay. It's not... I get it. I mean, that's how dragons were in games before Skyrim. That's why Skyrim was such a big thing. It was dragons. You can actually fucking interact with a dragon now.
Fucking dragons. Yeah, true.
Video games have come such a long way. We can fight dragons now, guys. It's true. I forget times before then.
When dragons were just set pieces.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that was definitely the coolest part of the game. Again, like I said, it did drag a little bit because you had to do this, I think, 3 times. And so by the third, it's like, I'm doing the same thing I was doing in the first and second castle. It's just sort of here again. And without really the like narrative push to keep going. It's like, well, I'm mostly just doing the same mechanics. And so I think in that light, my least favorite part of the game is just like all the other shit that you had to do to lead up to that, because it was a lot of the same sort of like, okay, I gotta go get into this camp and sneak around and get some sort of resource to free my bros so that we can go fight the undead or whatever. And that mission archetype really, like, after 10, 15 hours is like, oh my God, please, like, do I have to do this again?
Yeah.
It's been weird that shows up less in games these days, and I'm sort of surprised that it's left, right? Like, repetition of missions is something I don't run into all the time. It does happen, right? Like, that's still a thing in video games. Is obviously, if you want to make a game that's a little bit longer, it's got to repeat a little bit. But I don't find myself like nearly as like, oh my God, like I've done this mission over and over and over again. Is it maybe Ghost of Tsushima? Sorry, Ghost of Tsushima.
Hey, it's real. Just gotta let it know what it can improve upon, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And so if you're going to remake this game, right, and maybe modernize it a little bit, there's a lot of things you can pull from, right? I think you probably could. I was going to say you probably couldn't get away with the third person combat not being a little bit more deep. I don't know if that's true. Like, you don't necessarily need it to be like super duper complex. Like, everybody's trying to be Dark Souls right now, and I get why, right? Like, there's an appetite for it, but I don't know that it has to be that.
Yeah.
Like Streets of Rage recently came out, the like 4th one or whatever. That's absolutely a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and it was still quite fun. So like, you can make games that are simple as far as combat goes, but I think it probably does need to be a little bit more deep than that. Like, people do kind of expect to have mechanics that have some depth to them, even if it's not like you got to know how to dodge roll perfectly.
I mean, is Dark Souls deep? It's pretty simple, but hard to master. Is that what it is?
Yeah, sort of. Like, you understand very quickly that you have a light and a heavy attack, and you've got a dodge roll, right? And so the complexity comes with like, you know, how do I approach each of these enemies? Can I take more than one at a time? When do I run? Like, when am I just totally outmatched and need to get the fuck out of there?
Yeah.
How do each of these like weapons work a little bit differently? Because usually they do in these games. And so, yeah, I think the depth can come from places that aren't necessarily combat specific, right? Like, specifically the controls of the game. It can come from the different enemy types or sort of how you approach stuff. But I think if you're going to keep the high scale sense of fighting, then you're probably going to have to do some, you know, Shadow of War stuff where there's a ton of orcs and fighting is a little bit simpler. It's a little bit more forgiving so that you can end up feeling very cool at the end of it. I keep thinking that it's just fucking play Assassin's Creed Vikings. That's what this is. Like, there's some bananas ass shit that happens in this game too already too. So like, it's not like you aren't getting the wild sort of fantasy story. You're just also getting it with, you know, Assassin's Creed going on in the background.
That's so true. Assassin's Creed gets real bananas out of nowhere.
Yeah. Ugh. I kind of like when they're suddenly like, hey, I know it's been like a historical fiction game up until now, but also it's about to get fucking sci-fi. You ready for that?
Maybe I do like old... that part.
Yeah, it's very weird.
But then I feel like, I don't know, Assassin's Creed 3 just left such a bad taste in my mouth.
Was that the one in America?
Yeah. And then the end is like, world fucking ends because you suck.
Right. Like, I guess spoilers for Assassin's Creed 3. Desmond dies. Is that what happens?
Desmond dies, and like, you can either choose to like let the world end or to let it keep going, but things are fucked.
I think that's what is going on in this one. I think the canonical ending was that you're like trying to like find a way to keep the world from blowing up.
Gotcha. Do they ever go back to like people in the real world time, or is it only ever historical times now?
No, yeah, they definitely go back and like do the animus stuff. You're just playing as different people.
Gotcha.
It's like, I know that part of the game definitely gets harped on a lot. And I get why, right? Like, it takes a lot of the momentum out of the story that you're currently playing, and then it's like, hey, remember that it's current times? And usually it is not all that impactful.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't hate it. I think in Odyssey it was done a little bit better, where it's like really intermingled with the like story that you're seeing play out through Cassandra. And so that one I think was handled a little bit more tactfully, but this one at the moment has just been like, sometimes they'll do a loading screen and pull you out of it and be like, hey, it's this still, and then put you back into it.
Gotcha.
I guess just a quick gush. I liked this game. It was fun. It was like not anything more than I needed it to be. I think paying $60, I would have been a little bit more bummed out, but this was like $5. I was like, hey,
$70 nowadays.
Yeah, an expensive game, but this one was not that bad. And so my expectations were pretty low, especially after having played Sneak King pretty shortly before launching into this one.
Good by comparison, at the very least.
Yeah, definitely. Good by comparison and value.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have any other questions for me about this one?
No, I think I'm good.
Sick. Viking, Battle for Asgard, shouts out. David?
Yes.
I got word that we're on Twitter still.
That's good. They didn't kick us off yet?
No. Are constantly retweeting that we are, in fact, the winners of the 2020 election has not gotten us kicked off quite yet.
I was about to say, have we ever been flagged for misinformation yet?
Other than our very hot takes about, I don't know, let's say Bubsy being the best game, or Gex the Gecko or something.
Gex.
Some millennial memery, whatever video games is hot right now.
Gex is the best platformer of all time. This is a disputed claim. Get more information here.
It's just a link to download Gex.
A link to download Gex and a link to download Mario Odyssey, and that's it.
Compare. See for yourself.
Compare and contrast, guys.
Check the sources here. So yeah, if you want to go interact with us there, you can. Apparently you can find me in the Aether Discord, so if you want to go see what's up, I'm in there.
There you go. Go talk to Chase.
I noticed that we did get a review the other day. It was just your regular 5-star, so I appreciate whoever you are.
Thank you, anonymous 5-star giver.
Appreciate you. If somebody wants to leave a written review, we will say it with our mouth parts here. So that's still an offer on the table.
Even if you don't leave a written review, we'll at least say this: 5 stars.
Oh, that's nice.
Because that's how I feel like they're saying it when they leave 5 stars. Like, 5 stars.
It's very nasally.
It's very upper crust. We're a very upper crust podcast, you know?
Yeah, I would say so. This is a high society sort of podcast for sure.
What's your best 5 stars, Chase?
5 stars. Does that one feel okay?
It sounded like there was something else going on a little bit, too. I don't know. Maybe that was just me picking up on something.
Leave that up to your discretion, viewer, listener, audience. I also usually hear Adam Sessler go, "It's a 5 out of 5.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one, too. I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I think that's it for this week. David, do you have any gaming wisdom to leave us with this evening?
I do. Sometimes life gives you a B, but don't let it beat you. Don't let it conquer you. When life gives you a B, you take out your blanket and you get underneath it and you make the best out of a bad situation. That's my optimism for the week.
Hell yeah. Lots of B memes here.
Lots of B memes. We need more Jerry Seinfeld. What's with all these bees? That's my best Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, we hadn't put pen to paper really on what Jerry Seinfeld sounds like quite yet, so I'm glad you've sort of poked out our heads into that foyer.
It was just me, but a little louder.
That is true. That's okay. I mean, again, we don't know what he sounds like. He's a fictional character.
He could be anything. It's canon.
I need them to make another B movie so that we can make fun of something else for once.
What would they call it? B movie 2?
2B, 2 me?
2 B, Too Fast, Too Furious. Is that what you're trying to do, but with B movie?
I'm attempting to make a Too Fast, Too Furious like title out of the B movie. That'll do it. That's good enough for an outro.
Yeah, we're done. Pack it up.
We've done it. We've
solved B movie 2.
Got it.
There's no name to the movie. It's just B.
And Jerry Seinfeld drifting around a corner.